Came across some really sad news a few hours ago on my Twitter timeline. Michael Brooks uh, passed away. Some type of medical condition or something like that. Just super sad. Just really just caring, compassionate individual who wanted to use his platform and voice to speak up for the most marginalized, vulnerable, and oppressed in the world, and trying to use his, intellect and humor and analysis to try to create a more fair and just world for everybody. And this clip just I think just really encapsulates the type of person that Michael Brooks was and the type of values that he espoused. And very similar to, I think, Cornel West, who Brooks, I believe, interviewed at least once, maybe several times, just this deep love and compassion and empathy, and just how love really binds all of us together, and just how, really important and transformative that can be.
What does it actually mean to be truly global to the extent we can, local, national, and international simultaneously, east, west, north, south, but from a place of actual growth and empathy? And this is where, again, this questions of consciousness come in. The questions of cultivating empathy, cultivating compassion, cultivating awareness, the complete antithesis of social media modes. Long-term thinking, compassion, seeing complexity, comfort with oneself, solitude, the opposite of instant gratification, the attempt to constantly humanize and not dehumanize your fellow humans. These are all completely countervailing forces to the market technologic that subsumes all of us today. What does it actually mean to
Rest in peace, rest in power, Michael. We lost just a really great mind and thinker, and you could just see his passion and love for people in that short clip, and just the huge outpouring of support for everybody towards him. There's him with Lula da Silva, interviewed him in Brazil. Anna Kasparian, miss you so much. Wish I could call you. Wish I could tell you how much you inspired me and contributed to my political growth. Wish I could still look forward to the laughs we often shared. I can't explain the depths of the sorrow I feel today. Humanist Report. R.I.P. Michael Brooks, you were a legend. We love you so much, comrade. Jane Sanders. John Adirola. Sam Cedar. 37, The Ideas Comrade, Nomiki Konst, Ben Minkowitz. Let's see.
I'm making this video because I couldn't figure out how to tweet what I want to say. A friend of mine died today, Michael Brooks. He died suddenly and he died young. There are many people who were better friends with Michael than I am. That's part of the reason why I wanted to make this video. I don't want any condolences. I just want to remind people of something. First of all, about Michael, one of the smartest people I ever met and a really critically important voice in progressive media.
I agree.
He and I'd have conversations about politics. I come from this political punditry background. I'd say something pithy about what a candidate needed to do to win, and Michael would turn the conversation around into one about the effects of imperialism on the working class in Latin America. That's the kind of guy Michael was, because he'd read it, he'd understood it, he retained everything he read, it seemed. We hung out 5 or 6 times. He lived in New York. I lived out here. We talked on the phone more, and he wanted to extend that friendship, and he reached out. We got to talk more, he'd say. And I wanted to, but I have a terrible character flaw, and I didn't reach back. And I'm reminded now, today, acutely, of the value of friendship, of the value of reaching back when a good person reaches out. I know in the TCM community there are so many bonds that have been fused by this love of classic movies. So if you're thinking of somebody, if you're watching this and you're thinking of somebody in that community, man, give them a call, send them an email, reach out. They will probably reach back. That's what Michael would have wanted. I don't want condolences. So many people in his family are feeling this in a way I can't imagine. But I'm calling some friends today, and I hope you guys will too. Thanks.
It's a good message. People reach out to you, reach back out. All we have, is each other and those connections and that friendship and solidarity. Shahid Buttar, loss of journalist Michael Brooks is a profound disappointment. Michael's questions were always insightful, his outlook global. Indeed, that's something I really got from his show and his analysis, whether it was on his show TMBS or when he was, hosting or co-hosting the Majority Report with Sam Cedar. And the concerns he raised in his journalism remain timeless. He honors memory by rebuilding our efforts to defend the future. There he is with Abby Martin, another really great independent journalist and thinker. It's nuts. What is this? Being the Barack Obama that Fox News always portrayed him as. Alright, let's listen to this.
The one and truly only faith of Allah. Here's what I'm really doing with the guns.
Yeah.
White people, I'm about to take all your guns. I'm coming for you. The fruit of Islam is ready. We're locked and loaded and ready to bear, baby. No more guns. White people are going to have to pray to the only true and living God, the black God of Allah, and bow ties for everybody. You ready for this?
Oh, so everybody's got to wear bow ties. And are you saying that basically you're outlying guns, but just for white people?
Just for white people. See, that's what people got it twisted. Remember when I said I respect gun laws?
He was so
I'm going to
hilarious.
over-respect gun laws when it comes to black people.
He was so hilarious.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there's tiered systems. Arabs and black people get a lot of guns. Iranian people get the most guns because Iran, obviously, favorite country of the world. Hispanic people are sort of in the middle, so they'll get some. And then there's a tier system within the Hispanic. Mexicans, more guns. Puerto Ricans, more guns. Cubans, less guns. Fuck them. White people, you don't want a grand total of how many guns you get?
Yeah.
Zero
guns.
You got nothing.
For white people.
It's just the greatest joy of my life to watch those pale, disgusting, pasty faces fall into complete
like the different characters that Michael Brooks did, like the Chris Matthews impersonation was just hilarious. Dunking on Dave Rubin all the time. Cornel West, I'm still in shock from the sudden death of my dear brother and comrade Michael Brooks. There he is with Cornell. Katie Halper. Other folks. Is that Philip Agnew, maybe? Justin Jackson. Rest in peace. One of the best people out there, hands down. 2020, you suck, indeed. Nathan Robinson, editor of Current Affairs. This is a really tragic loss. Michael Brooks, one of the left's sharpest broadcasters. His book on the intellectual dark web is superb. He was always kind and supportive to me. His passing leaves a deep hole in the left media. His voice will truly be missed. Michael Brooks was the first YouTube channel where I saw an emphasis on international solidarity with working class struggle, and actually the first time I heard of Patrice Lumumba. Same for me on one of the illicit history videos. I came for windmills on Dave Rubin, and he dropped a birthday fave for my son. Glenn Greenwald. Michael's work was so passionate and informed about Brazil that the Brazilian left with Lula is mourning his death. Difficult news of the death of Michael Brooks, one of the biggest names in progressive journalism in the U.S. RIP by a leftist outlet he visited. I met Michael Brooks years ago when a friend of a friend put us in touch. He wanted to get a drink and pick my brain about media, and it was so obviously brilliant and thoughtful and funny and wise. In that one combo, I remember saying, "You're going to be fine." Rest in peace. Just a huge impact, basically, that he had, it seems like, on any person he really came in contact with. Apology and Swearingen. We lost a friend, incredible ally. Rest in power. You will be missed. This doesn't feel real. Has a substantial impact on my own political evolution. Him and I were planning to collaborate soon and may have been talking about it for quite some time. I love his book so much I display it on my show's set. There's Abby Martin. Gutted to learn I lost my friend Michael Brooks today. He was not only an amazing journalist and passionate fighter for justice, he was funny, genuine, and selfless. Please tell people how much they are loved and supported because you might not get another chance. My heart hurts so much. Emma Viglin, can't believe I'm writing this. Michael Brooks was pure light. He was just good to his core. He was fun-loving, brilliant, generous, thoughtful, though open. He was building a better world. He was my true friend. He was an oasis. I'm heartbroken. I will never forget his laugh. We lost an irreplaceable part of the Jacobin family today. Let's honor the life and legacy of Michael Brooks. Benjamin Dixon. There was never an occasion where I did an episode of Michael Brooks and didn't come out smarter than before we began. Every single time. The brightest flame among us. Bashkar Sankara. Was it right? Editor of the Jacobin, I believe. Wrote a few words about Michael Brooks. I got so much out of our friendship, and I'll never carry my admiration for him forever. 83 to 2020. Jair Jackson, my head is spinning. Michael Brooks carried intelligence, compassion, humor, and an energy that couldn't be duplicated. He did it with ease. I can't imagine what his family's going through, considering how hard we, his professional family, have been hit by this. Rest easy, brother. Whew. Rest in power and the Majority Report. Alex Koch. My entire timeline is tributes to Michael Brooks, as it should be. This is so heartbreaking. Hope we can honor him by consuming, sharing, and strengthening leftist independent media, and of course donating to the foundation that his family plans to establish. When I needed a laugh. Alright, let's check this out.
While the rest of the young go-getters were coming out and going into Wall Street where they could work for the bankers and the millionaires and billionaires, I had a different, more long-term plan. I moved to rural Vermont and bummed around until I was in my 30s and ran third-party candidacies on issues. This is the first step in my patented system of guaranteed intergenerational wealth. The next step, become the mayor of a small New England city where you promote public parks and meet with the Sandinistas. This will be the next step in your plan. You're still making probably about $50,000 a year, and you're almost 40 years old. But you just wait because the bucks are coming. Then you run an improbable third-party campaign for Congress. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this isn't so bad. I make over $100,000 a year. I'm solidly in the middle class. But I know that you didn't move to Vermont and become a socialist to make chump bullshit change like 150 grand a year working for Congress. No, you want millions, my friend, and so did I. Which takes us to our next step. Declare your candidacy for president in 2016 to little or no fanfare. Have a hunched over posture, rant about single payer and against Hillary Clinton, piss absolutely everybody off, then write a best-selling book. Boom, you're a millionaire. And that is my patented system for intergenerational wealth, so that you too will become at the very least a millionaire. You might not have to wait until you're at least in your 70s, but that might just be the way it shakes out. And that was the purpose of my entire political career, planned down to the date of when I would run for president. Thank you.
Rest in power, Michael. Damn, we lost a great one. Why does somebody like Michael Brooks have to pass away at the age of 37 when just atrocious people, war criminals, dregs of the earth, Henry Kissinger are still around? I mean, it doesn't fucking make sense, does it? Peter Dow, the serfs. Michael Brooks was one of the kindest, most genuine people we ever had the honor of calling a comrade. He was selfless and generous in ways most people only aspire to be. There would be no serfs if it wasn't for his help and tutelage. Words can't express the loss. Rest in power. Rebecca Parsons, what a terrible shock. Someone I could always count on for informed takes on history and current events. He was part of the fabric of the social movement. Damn. just sadness. Ashcraft. Just so much. Matt Bender, I love you, Matt Bender. I'm so eternally grateful for that. In early February, before the world changed, my friend Michael Brooks invited me to be a guest on his live show in Brooklyn. The night was already one of the most fun. I will treasure it for the rest of my life. Lindsay Bolin, Aisha Ahmad. Everyone knows how smart Michael Brooks was, how funny and invested and in love with his work. But he was utterly kind too, decent beyond words. He understood what true camaraderie was, to fight and to love and to live. I've lost a comrade and a friend. I am devastated. Just terrible. Z Squirrel, hear about Michael Brooks passing, gone way too young. All the best to his family and friends. Michael flew to LA on his own dime for our first live show on Super Tuesday. It was a rough night for the movement. We all had to keep it together on stage, and Michael delivered. He was profound. He was loyal. He was there for the movement. Our Michael Brooks lived with such principle, who had the most beautiful mind and heart, who was a truly mother effing ally, who was always there for you, who was a force of nature. We are numb. The world is a loss. Truly wonderful Mike Preisner, wonderful person, his principle, his commitment, his humor, his outfits, his belief in unity in a better world. Thousands grew to love him and were inspired by him through his show, and thousands more will from his impressive body of work he leaves behind. Yeah, it's messed up, man. I mean, I could keep. Oh, and then Griscom, he is a contributor and part of the Michael Brooks show, taking some time to remember the good times with my friend Michael Brooks. And there were many. Can't believe I lost my friend Artesia. So proud to see my friend and colleague receive the respect he deserves. Today, so many are devastated. Tributes pouring after political commentator Michael Brooks died. Tim Black, R.I.P. Michael Brooks. Kyle Kalinske making a video. Yeah, it's just, again, you can just see from just the massive outpouring of support and looking back with all the great times, his humor, his intellect, his kindness, his just general, just being a really good person and wanting to try to make an impact to make the world a better place for everybody, and his focus on, you know, international solidarity with the working peoples all across the world, and leaves a huge legacy behind. He's definitely, you know, affected and impacted my political outlook. Not to say that I, you know, agree with him 100%, but we could all, you know, learn a great deal from, you know, Michael Brooks. And condolences go out to his family, his loved ones, people he knew in real life, and could keep, you know, going through these mentions, but I'm gonna leave it here. Rest in peace, rest in power, Michael Brooks. You're gone way too soon, and the world will have been a better place for having you in it. Peace.